The day she disappeared, she was out riding Commodore. She knew, and I knew without us having to talk about it, that she needed to be home by about 5.
The horse was found wandering loose around the beach and near the main highway. And at 6 o'clock, the police are looking for her and find the horse. So there's very little time for anything to happen. And you'd expect in the normal course of events, the missing person would be there. Even if they were murdered, they would be there somewhere.
She had got Commodore ready, had groomed him, had the saddle on and everything else, and then she called out, "Bye, Mum," well, bye, and I heard that through the door, and I said, "Bye, sweetheart," and that was 2:45. And at 5 o'clock, I started to feel quite anxious, and in my mind I'd said if she wasn't home by 5:45, I was going to ring the police. So she wasn't, so I phoned the police and said, my daughter went out for a ride today and she's not home yet. And the next thing I knew was there was a policeman knocking at the door, and there was also at the same time a message was coming through that a horse had been found loose on a bridge. And at about 11:30 people started coming back to the house, and they'd said the police had called the search off until 6 a.m. the next day. And by then I just felt so sick in my stomach. And I thought of my daughter lying out there somewhere. The next morning, I needed to go to this place where she had been. I needed to see it with my own eyes, and I needed to search for my daughter. I helped a policeman pick blades of grass, 3 or 4 inches long, with congealed blood on it. And there was some of the blood just down, spots of it down the concrete face of the emplacement. And I knew beyond doubt that blood had come from Kirsa. The whole thing sort of swung in direction, and the search as such was called off and the CIB were called in.
I got a call at home on the Friday morning saying, "Hey boss, there's a kid went missing last night and she was riding a horse down the beach and we can't find her. The uniform branch is searching, but it's looking a bit odd. I think you better come in." I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll be there shortly." And I went into the office and started working on the case. I mean, it was a remote spot. There's no people living there. The only vision anyone has of the gun emplacement is briefly as you pass it in a car or coming over the bridge across the nearby river. Weeks of intensive searching around the area, there was nothing to say that she was there somewhere. The time did come when I had to go and say, "I'm sorry, we've done everything that we humanly can and we cannot find your daughter, and I'm sorry and I'm apologising for it." The most difficult thing I've ever done in 40 years of policing. I failed.
To be able to locate her and put her in a decent place to rest forever is vitally important to me.